Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am Jad. I'm loving the new avatar, whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it. Avatar.
Avatar the movie?
No, his avatar thing.
I know, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Dear me.
Very nice. Did I say hello, everyone? So yeah. How's the Dolce Gusto, Amjad? Hope it's all right. Chris will be making me one shortly.
Not let me go.
So.
I was trying to go down.
Yeah. Knew you would, Amjad.
I was trying to go down.
You know, take it from the professionals. We knew you'd love it. Knew you'd love it. You won't look back. You know, and then there's sort of the bit where you experiment with different pods. You know what I mean? I'm glad you reminded me, Amjad, because yeah, I'm getting a bit carried away. There you go, Amjad. I'm all excited. Sporting me leopard print. One of my new t-shirts. Whether you can hear that, but I can hear it. Chase is trying to get in Chris's undercrackers in toilet. It's a thing that he does. It's grand, that is, Amjad. So, yeah, I just got the Kit Kats for now, or?
Yeah, just the Kit Kats for now.
They do a mocha. I've been doing my research. You know the mocha one that you said?
Yeah.
I've been doing my research to do a mocha one, and other ones here.
What's that doing on there, boy?
Hello.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Good man.
How's college been today?
Had work experience today.
Oh, work experience. Do you know, I loathe myself. What day it is?
Yeah.
I'll have a flat white, please. No sugar.
Hey.
Yeah, look at that. I see that on Facebook.
Hey.
Took it. Yeah, please. Yes, please. Yeah, but you know, in this hot chocolate, the bigger boxes are more economical.
The thing is, we don't have a Home Bargains near us.
Well, I mean, that site I sent you, they do big boxes.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't know, but I think Amazon's having a.
Hey, Donny.
Hiya, Donny. See, I tell you, I'm all over the place. I don't know what day it is. You know.
I thought I'd jump on. It's been a while I haven't jumped on panel.
Yeah.
I thought I'd jump on.
Nah, this is the thing.
Hello. How are we doing?
Oh God,
Hello.
Everybody's coming on. Hi, Bill.
Like bloody buses.
I know. You know these flat whites that we get. They were £9 some other day, and they've gone back up to £11.
Right.
So
Mhm.
Oh, they do it Horlicks one and all. Donny says I bought my own. I'll try again, Donny, because it wouldn't let me do it the other day. Yeah, I can't understand that. It's saying error. Try again.
Mm.
Now let me just right. If I no even trying to put you as a managing moderator, it's still not having it. Now you see, the thing is, they do the pods separate as well.
Yeah.
But this one I'm looking at is cappuccino, but it only does the coffee pods, not the milk and coffee. Yeah. The Galaxy Hot Chocolate ones is $17.99 on Amazon.
They're £3 something in Tesco.
Now, I mean, this is that's just for a pack of 2.
Right.
Look,
Oh, is that on Amazon?
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them.
It's a lot of money, though. Yeah. You see, I know. Asda are they doing 368 at the moment.
It has been a lovely day today, you're right there. My God, has it?
It has.
Oh, Bill.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm just multitasking. I got a TikTok live on my
Gary
phone.
said,
I'm just multitasking.
"Play it." Is hosing down his.
I was just been speaking to you.
Sorry, Amjad.
Hey, Johnny.
This is the bedroom view of my OnlyFans page.
What were you saying, Amjad?
I'm just multitasking because I got a TikTok live on my phone.
Oh,
Good evening.
it's going to be
Hello.
even warmer tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yes.
In some places, up highs of about 22.
good. I'll be in the garden.
Ah, that's probably why, Donny.
What?
It says he's in his channel.
No, not this time of night.
Oh, very nice.
2 minutes. Hello.
Yes. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
I know, he was good after him. You're saying Batman.
I told him to leave me alone.
I think one of his best things is when he did Jim Morrison.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Chris. The best one is Top Gun. I like him in Top Gun.
The first one, obviously.
Yeah, not too bad. Bloody played Jim Morrison.
What want to borrow? Oh no. Is that goalkeeper, Donny? Says, do you want to borrow Mesler?
I could do with some Bob Roll.
What is that, a new coffee?
It's Leeds United goalkeeper.
Oh, it could be old to me.
No fumble fingers.
Buttercup hands.
Buttercup hands. No, they're very yeah, they'll stick with Cooper.
England's future #1.
Yeah. Best about it though, Donny, he saw a thing on Facebook about him being injured, this Cooper that's their goalie. And then he thought, hey, hang on a minute, what date is it? It was 1st of April. Yeah.
There you go, come on.
Yeah, I picked up me wins. nearly filled boot. And some of them are already on vintage. Yeah.
There you go.
It has to be strictly about making some profit now. I put quite a few things in that vintage. Do you know the little the China cup of saucers and that I got?
Yeah.
They're on. And then the little toast rat and that them, what are they called?
Yeah, Donny, one just for you.
Yo,
Hi,
partners.
Nice. Yeah, Donny. The wheels is falling off the bus.
Yeah. Well and truly. Apparently there were a big bus accident round here today. A bus ran into a house or something.
Bloody hell.
Wheels on the bus. No, I don't believe it fell off.
I said I'm protected by about 300 cones.
Oh yeah, because they're shutting parts on it off at night time, aren't they?
Yeah, I keep making it all designer for me to get in and out. Keep
Yeah.
moving cones.
Tracy were telling me, she says you're allowed to move cones, obviously because they're obstructing your driveway.
Yeah, we can get them out of where.
Donny says he's howling at that bus. Yeah.
Yes, I thought, why can I go live where it's easy to go to bed? You don't get much easier there. So,
I've done it. We're watching our future opponents, Everton and Liverpool.
yeah.
Yeah, and then to top it off, Donny, the Owls is up shit creek. We have to paddle.
Oh, yeah.
Can't pay the wages.
I'll tell you something, Richard. I had a good look at that clock that you had for me. It's a nice clock, that.
Oh, yeah.
Nice mechanism thing on back of it. You can go on the other one I got today. That pendulum one I got is a really big clock. £3 it was. Proper pendulum.
We've already done Val Kilmer, partners. I don't even know who Johnny Tillotson is.
Don't know. Some tweed specialist or something.
This is the thing, Donny. I mean, I'm not no football expert, but when when the chairman or the person that owns the club announces that wages not be paid for March, and that's because he's owed money. Yeah, no, that's
Before the business
yeah.
Some Americans will come along and buy it now.
Same as Chris says, that the football club should be separate from any of other of his businesses. So the money that he's got incoming and outgoing shouldn't affect the football club, but he is. He's letting it affect, because none of the players has got paid in March. But Chris did say last night they're on about deducted on points because it's not first time it's happened.
Seen that, Jeanette? Seen that, Jeanette? £3.
Ooh.
It's got a pendulum at the bottom. It's just said they took the pendulum off. It's got a hook where you hook it up. Richard, that's the one I picked up earlier.
Yes.
Decent size as well.
Chris don't. He's laughing at way to bank, Donny.
Jeanette, they gave me it wrong one at first. I said, "Excuse me, where's my clock?" I said, "I've got some tiger balloons here." Didn't order them. Didn't win them. They had the day before's lots.
Oh.
They're selling like these inflatable balloon stick things for kids.
So you nearly had a load of balloons.
And then, Richard, I got 5 minutes down the road up, heading back, and realised, hang on, they didn't give me that fucking big photo. What's going on? So I had to turn back round again. But I'd only just gotten past that Aldi a bit further down. Good job I wasn't on bloody motorway.
I'm gonna say, it's a good job you hadn't got halfway home, Johnny.
I got back in an hour and 1 minute. I cruise controlled it all the way back.
Yeah, don't feel sorry for him, Donny. It's don't.
No, logged out now.
Hillsborough is a right shithole.
Okay, sorry. I was looking at a house.
Are you still on the hunt, Bill?
I am. Yeah, I found one that I can almost steal. And it's got a lake. And that makes it better, you know?
What you munching on, Amjad?
Popcorn. Salt
I got my
flavour.
favorite snack.
I've got
Oh,
a
what's your
popcorn machine
snack?
right here.
What is it, Bill?
Cheesy crackers.
Oh.
Little peanut butter cheesy crackers.
Ah, we have something similar, but they don't have peanut butter in between them.
Yeah, no, you can get them there because when we travel over there, I get cheesy peanut butter crackers when I'm there.
Do you have tuck crackers? Yeah, Johnny's got a popcorn machine.
I've got an actual popcorn machine
Oh, nice.
in the box.
Yeah, we have the tuck crackers, and they're like a salt. Well, I think you call them saltine crackers, I think. But they have like a cheese in the
5
middle.
more minutes, you're going to sleep. 5. You'll be talking to your cousin at this time.
Oh, it's the munch mix. Ooh, look at them. It's got a big bag full.
They're from Aldi.
I think Tracy got something similar to them, but like in a small packet.
She did. They were nice as well.
We've only had one of them. You know, the cornflake nest.
I'll tell you something. The ones that their version of the Mars bars, you'd never know. So it's
Which one?
Obviously, different packaging.
But we've only had one of the.
I've worked in enough factories to know that sometimes they just change the tins over.
Yeah. I've said it all along, Johnny.
Especially
Not telling me that,
especially when it comes to paints and stuff, like the Dulux stuff and the bloody. They just add a bit. Do you know the more watery ones, the cheaper ones you get? They just stick more water in it.
Hi, Dr. Smith.
Hi,
But
Dr.
yeah,
Smith.
I've always said, you mean to tell me that they're going to change all machinery around just to, example, Heinz
Jesus
beans.
Christ, partners, what are you fucking? Are you copying and pasting?
I know Penelope Keith, Paul Gambaccini, Linford Christie. What is he? 65? I don't know. Last one.
Dr.
Karen.
Smith, good to see you.
But yeah, I've been of that opinion for a long time now.
Hey, Dr. Smith, how are we doing?
You know, and like, let's say Asda's own make, and you know, let's say I don't know, the ones that you get in Lidl, they're all the same beans, but they're just labelled differently.
Chris, have you been blocking people?
But you know, it's all that same production line. It's just the labelling that's different.
Definitely because I worked at a paint factory. I stopped work. They put me on Turks machine. I off me nut half a fucking day. Richard, every time you had the spillage on Turks machine, we're all off as fucking nut. You can't mop it up because you're off this fucking. You had these vents above machines, but they were fucking useless. Unless you stood right under the vent. Thing is, though, when you were on the vent, it was sucking it up past you.
But yeah, you know, you're not telling me that, you know, the change all machinery.
You shouldn't finish work with a come down.
Cousin Richard.
He's his brother then. Dr. Smith's brother. Richard's my bro.
Well,
That was Morley, that place. Kalon Paint Factory, it's called.
I know. Who were it that used to work at Crown Paints?
Me?
What?
I used to work
Oh.
with campaigns.
I thought
My
I knew somebody had told me that they worked at Crown
My
Paints.
nana worked at Crown Paints on Kirkstone Road for years and all. She got pretty high up in business.
That's
She used
it.
to do all wallpaper and all that as well.
He says they don't have proof, but you know when
You
Richard's
get
sister did
wallpaper,
that,
paint, coving, anything like that. All to do with decorating.
that family tree, it sort of I don't know.
I don't have proof.
I think it was surname, and Dr. Smith said he were related to that surname.
Yeah, distant relative.
Yeah.
I spoke to a scrap man the other day and he says, give me a leaflet. Do you know if you ever want? And I said, all right. Looked at leaflet. Nicholson.
Well, I think we're the only one that's got a village, town, or whatever you call it, named
I
after
reckon
him.
what my dad's side, they're all as rough as a badger's ass. So yeah, when my dad died, they fucking emptied his house, took car, a fucking lot, just like this family tradition of fucking robbing each other. They took the
Hey,
bikes out. My Uncle Michael took the bikes out the shed, the car, they fucking cleared the house. Literally cleared the fucking house.
What was that, 5 minutes after he died?
Yeah, I think he was fucking.
Literally.
Yeah, probably still in the middle of the living room.
I saw on Facebook today, it says
Not me, I'm all right.
Wow.
a couple got fined £35 for it says a stupid driving thing, and they've been and took the £22,000 worth car.
What total do you mean?
No, the council have been and towed it away, took it away for 35. I don't know. I didn't really look into it, but it says we were fined £35 for a silly driving mistake, and they came and took us 22k car. So obviously they didn't pay the fine. Who's Hollywood Madman?
Me, I think.
It depends on what the mistake was.
I don't know.
If he was,
We are sort of going onto the article because it was one of
Speeding
our.
probably at 30 for 35 quid, wasn't it? You get told if you pay within 28 days, it's cheaper. The longer you leave it, the more expensive it gets.
yeah, the speeding fines and everything are so cheap in the UK. I don't even pay attention to the signs. I just go wherever I want. It's yeah.
Send it to me, Dad.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah, send it to me.
The last speeding ticket I got here was $285.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Ah, yeah.
No, we got.
It's like when we were in France, I got a speeding ticket there, and I laughed because like the day before I had gotten a parking ticket. The day before we went to France, we were in Poland, and I got a parking ticket there. And I said, I can't go too fast. I can't go too slow. Then I found out how much the tickets were, and it's like, yeah, whatever. You know? It was like lunch money for the tickets.
So you'd rather get a speeding ticket anywhere in the world other than in where you are?
Yeah, they went on holiday. They got the parking ticket through the door. They went down a bus lane. Got ticket through door, but they were on holiday in India for 6 months.
Yeah.
When they came back, the car was gone.
Oops.
I got a parking ticket in Poland at a McDonald's.
But I mean, it's a bit. What's it? Taking a 22k worth car just for a £35 parking.
Yeah,
I know.
The point is the fine increased, but they didn't say how much. But they went on holiday, so they were none the wiser.
Yeah. Oops.
They were not at home, you see. They went, drove down a bus lane in
Jeanette,
Essex.
that looks so cute.
And they went to India. They went to India for 6 months
I'm going to send it to
for
you
family
now.
bereavement.
Well, this is it. If
Yeah,
you're
that's
away
how
for
we're
6 months, you, same as you say, they're none the wiser.
Just sent it to you, Jeanette.
Don't pay, they'll take it away, as they say.
That woman of Johnny. Johnny's there, look.
Cute.
Oh dear. We can't do that thing with your phone because you're not on your phone, are you?
I'm going to ring her bloody neck if she
What?
don't go to sleep.
I'm on the laptop.
Yeah. Is she not going to sleep, Johnny?
She's just getting on my way. She'll be tired at morning.
So is that now? Is that it now for auctions?
For what? Yeah, for a while. Yeah. Not totally, but I need to sell some of it. I mean, it's got a bit out of hand. I like the clocks and the radios and that. I'm keeping all that, but I don't need all the
All
you know
the
what I
bits
mean,
and bobs.
the sets and the ornaments and all that kind of stuff. I put them little Wade ones on as well. They'll go quick because popular with being little doggies.
I'll tell you something. I watch that. This is another program I watch. Yorkshire Auction House, right? And they'd gone and cleared this woman's. They were all rubbish. Well, I wouldn't say rubbish, but you know what I mean. Everything were in garage, right? And she needed a new garage door because it wouldn't shut proper. So one of the lots was 3. No, they did them separately. That's it. And there was Russian plates. I'm not kidding you, Johnny. They went for a fortune, and she got 3 of these plates, right? All depicting like Russian scenes or something.
Yeah.
I forget what it were now. I'm not kidding you. She sold 3, and I bet you they were $1.50 just in them 3 plates.
Jeanette.
Well, Bill looked up that China plate, didn't he?
But yeah.
What are you up to, Amjad?
I'm on Snapchat.
He's Snapchatting us, Johnny. Got one of you. One that Amjad's just sent me.
Don't make me go all lefty and say, you're not allowed to film me.
Not that time.
Oh, dear Lord.
It says, oh dear Lord.
I'm not feeling myself, I must admit.
You look like the Masked Crusader, Johnny. But yeah. And
see
then
what
this
I
is
got earlier, that's nice. What?
I've been baking.
It's a little condiment set, but it's on its own little dishes, isn't it?
Ah.
And then it has a little...
Richard thought you'd been baking.
No. And then there's a little... That's like an hors d'oeuvre. Do you know, like you put jam in?
Oh, yeah.
I paid £4 for that. I looked online. It's 15 quid just for that little one. Never mind the one with condiment.
But that's it. I mean, this woman had got everything stashed in a garage, right? And by that time she'd sold things, she come out with about $2.5 I think it were. And
Tell you
there was
something, Jeanette. Keena's got a good chance of winning that Easter egg thing.
Ooh.
So I took it in this morning, put it with everyone, so it's well better. Mind you, I did fucking hot glue gun my fingers to death.
Yeah, this woman, they were just stashed away in a garage.
I says, look, oh, dear Lord.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I look about 85 on the Amjad.
It's a Mr. Bean filter.
Oh.
Mr. Bean filter.
Can't you do a pretty one of me?
I'll try.
Keena does
yeah.
all that with the
You never know what you've got stashed away. Hi, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary, how we doing?
Oh, Gary.
So this is the thing. You never know what.
Yeah, I'm going to order some of that.
Heinz, what? By me or Joanna?
I've seen that.
Mayo Joanna. That was a good one, Johnny.
Imagine that hot salads I have. I'll be on my fucking
I was going to say, that won't last you long.
Yo, Gary. Oh, I
What
go
do you think
for
of this one,
loads,
Jeanette?
mayonnaise.
Oh, God. God, it
Hey,
reminds
that's all
me
right,
of
that.
fucking Vicky Pollard on end here.
Oh, it's all right, that. That'll do. That looks all right, that, Jeanette.
Oh, God, he's looking through filters, and it's like got a Vicky Pollard wig.
Yeah, oh, good, Gary.
I like a blonde.
You like gingers, you like blondes.
See? You ain't a fucking under battery. Ugh. You know them batteries, Richard, that you said that clock needs? I know I've got two somewhere because I bought them to try it on radio over a week. One of them radios.
Yeah.
I needed 3.
They're them big ones. I think the D cells, I think.
Yeah, 1.5 volt. Can I find
Jeanette,
them?
what about this one?
That's a bit better, Amjad.
That's the bit where you go like that. Oh, do I? Yeah.
I didn't like that last one because it reminds me too much of Vicky Pollard.
Stop
Hey,
this
this is the thing, like, not today, but yesterday and Monday, there's been kids round her place and they've been screaming their heads off. Oh my giddy eye. Hi, Bria, how are you?
Hello, Bria.
I would. God, Gary, no.
Gary, this is Snapchat filter.
Don't go there, Gary. Anyway, so Chris says, after he took biscuit, he said, I'm sure she's like child minding. I went, oh my God. I said, she can't mind her own children, they mind any else's. I says, that is one person that I would not trust with my kids at all. But yeah, they were screaming. Yeah. You know, like something demented, you know what I mean?
There's always one on the street, though, isn't there? In every street, really. There's always some fucking...
But same as Chris said, before she moved in, and before Pallet Man, Aaron, I mean, don't get me wrong, Chris, you know, he talks to him and he gets on with him all right. But before them pair moved in, it were lovely around here. No, no screaming, no shouting, nothing. It were really... I've already done that one, Gary. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I beat you to it.
Yeah. Val Kilmer just wouldn't leave me alone, so he had to go.
Do you know what you think of this one?
Yeah.
You're a Disney character.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, same as Chris says, you can't, you know, decide who your neighbours is going to be. But yeah,
You can.
You can't even
well, not when you're ready, Bill. not when you rent.
Well, yeah, especially if you rent. You can go rent someplace else, or you can set their house on fire. Either one works.
Yeah. Well, we ain't got no intentions of going anywhere else. But
I'll
yeah,
send you some matches.
this is the thing, Bill. Right, see, told you, Bria. Told you
The
to
tent to
turn
frown
up.
on us and
Johnny, are you seen her as well, Richard?
Who?
Vicky Pollard on
I've
end.
never seen it yet, me, no.
Yeah, Johnny's
I have.
seen her. Yeah,
I have.
yeah,
She's really,
She's hanging her
really
tits over the fence.
yeah. You won't want to go there, Gary.
No.
Believe you me.
It's had more pricks than a second-hand dartboard.
She's got like 7 kids, Bill, and they all were different fellas.
She's
what we
swallowed
call
more
the village
semen than the
bicycle.
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah,
She's a
Billy
village
the Pipe.
bicycle. Everybody's ridden.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the thing. She's got a little girl, long ginger hair, and the girl, she'll knock on strangers' door.
She's feral, basically.
Yeah. And then one day, all we could hear were, Bella, Bella, where are you, Bella? And she'd gone in somebody's ass.
Oh no!
Oh,
The mother couldn't give a flying fig where she is. And that's what I say, you know, she can't look after her own kids, let alone, you know, child mind, you know, somebody else's.
have you heard anything from Bella lately, Jeanette?
Not lately.
So I'm confused. Is Bella's real name Jeanette then?
Yeah.
Jeanette Burt?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. I've known all along. I thought you knew.
No.
Well, that's it, Gary. You know what I mean? I mean, there is something else that's at play here, Amjad. But
Yeah.
I mean, she says she didn't mind me telling anybody, but
Right. Okay.
her and Baz have split up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
So
That's sad.
we had the house behind us used as an Airbnb.
I did.
Oh, that's so
And
sad.
I
Jeanette.
started cutting trees and things and doing all my yard work at 3:00 in the morning.
That's
When they converted
sad.
it and sold it after like nobody would rent it, you know, got a bad reputation that quick, and nobody would rent it, and they sold it.
This
So I
is
stopped.
the thing. This is the thing, Bill. In the economic climate at the moment, you know, if that house is standing empty, you know, it's making them money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one of those. They're not going to do it in my neighborhood for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, people could look at that as you being a snob, is what we call.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well, now, have you ever heard me say I'm not?
No, but yeah,
There you go.
but you know what I mean. It is what it is. You know what I mean. People rent you know, if they own another house somewhere else, the only economical thing that they can do is rent it out.
Mm.
They go in
Or
it.
sell it to somebody who needs a house.
Yeah, just itching my back.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's.
I've just stood up and stretched, and it sounded like fucking Tetris.
Hey, welcome to my world, Johnny.
Oh dear.
How about fucking world?
Tell you something. This fall I had has really fucked me up big style.
It's like Rice Krispies, snap, crackle, and pop when I get up and go.
And poor
walk
Richard,
anyway.
when I saw Richard Elling, he sat back in his chair. He's in a lot of pain with his hip. A lot. I felt it, and it wasn't even me. The cat won't come out from behind the sofa. Kept popping her head out. Not right. She won't have none of it. I said to Richard, when the cat come back out, he went, as soon as you shut door.
It must be a female thing because when we stopped at Richard's, I got an early morning wake up call, me.
Oh, I wasn't having none of it when it would come
Ooh.
out. Straight behind the sofa.
But
Yeah, that clock I picked up from Richard's is a really nice clock as well. Needs them big batteries and 1.5s. But I know I've got some and I can't find them.
that's the answer to your questions.
Mm.
Gary says he had students next to him partying every night, basically. Lasted for 6 weeks. I asked him numerous times to keep the noise down, so I went in one night with a hammer at 4 a.m.
Give the
But
high
yeah,
fire
I mean,
resistance.
that is sort of, you know, taking the biscuit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Pardon the pun. You know what I mean?
Just
You don't want
say not going to nick your dog, are they?
But, well, they couldn't abduct him or kidnap him if they tried.
Say, Buddy's doing loop the loop and stuff now.
He's got a new lease on life, has he, Johnny?
Yeah.
But
Doing
yeah,
good.
I mean,
snails over there.
you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, every now and again we have somebody playing music, but it's
I've
not.
told him no, I'm not doing blood tests and stuff on him. He's 23-year-old. If you find out alt terminal, it's fucking done well to get to 23 anyway. Not to have him put that. I don't want him saying, "Oh, he's got cancer and something needs to be put." No, just leave him now. He's all right now. His eyes have cleared up, his ears cleared up, and he's back to the 23-year-old dog, basically.
We're a bit of a skip in his step.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He said, "Oh, he needs to be on painkiller the rest of his life, but it's a lot cheaper to get them online." I've ordered some meat-flavoured ones. Meat-flavoured
we
dog
get paracetamol, doggy.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Paracetamol from PDSA. But the only thing that we have to pay for is that flea treatment thing.
Oh, I get that.
Last
I get
3
that
months.
frontline stuff. I've always got frontline me. I get the cat and dog at the same time.
But you see, same as they said, prevention is better than cure. So it's preventing him getting any fleas on him because it will only exacerbate the skin condition that he's got.
The only way Buddy could get fleas is if the fleas are in their garden because he doesn't want to go anywhere else.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. Hi to you all in chat.
Yeah, I don't want it now, though. I could do have a cup of tea, though.
Cover up tomorrow.
It smells nice. I can smell it from here.
She says she's covered it up and she'll save it for your dinner tomorrow.
My mouth's as dry as a nun's crutch, though, love. Can you sort us a cup of tea?
I forgot what that saying is, baby. What was that saying that I told you earlier on?
If you detected it, you not erected it.
I forgot.
You detected it.
It were on a video earlier on, and it were a different. You know that them that smelt it dealt it, but it were a different saying, and it were them that detected it. I forgot my spit on it.
Affected it.
Let's see if I can find it on Facebook. I forgot.
If you're happy and you know it, flick your bean. Is it that one? Oh, dear, my leg. I had a bit of a fall, Bill, and I've trapped a nerve in my bloody ass, basically. I'm trying to stretch this bloody trapped nerve out of me, but I think I'm gonna shatter before that happens.
I've just come across something.
What?
Too many cracking noises going on.
Crabby
Travis
dicks.
And then it says, eat our balls with our homemade semen sauce.
Aww.
Or try one of our
it was it
cocktails.
Amazon.
Bria put, whoever detected it projected it.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Whoever detected it projected it, baby. Whoever
I just say the famous
it,
words from
projected
Shaggy.
it.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, what happened there?
Hear me now. Wasn't me.
That's Joanne on our end of our row, where she'd got Tilly the 3-legged Yorkshire Terrier and
Yeah,
Kevin the Chihuahua. She's
the
had another
Bishop's cat
Yorkshire
dog.
Terrier. What's this? What?
You come out like a 3-legged fucking chair with teeth.
Yeah. So she's got Tilly 3-legged Yorkshire Terrier, Kevin Chihuahua, and Darla.
Grayson's another one. Whoever did the sum released it from their bum.
Here's another one. Whoever did the song released it from their bum.
I say, Jesus Christ, if someone crawled up your ass and died. I knew we'd get onto shit. It's only quarter.
Well, that was good laugh, isn't it?
Yes. Well, they call it toilet humour.
Whoever sang the song made the pong.
I'll name that tune in one. Back in a minute.
The camera's acting weird.
I say camera's acting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm laughing at this thing.
What?
Cat's on top of printer, scanning bit,
Oh.
and it scanned its arse.
What? What? Damn.
Look, it's on top of printer, look. So it's doing its scanny bit, and it's scanned its arse and everything.
How?
Back.
And its
That's
other
wrong
bits.
button.
Oh, do you know that blow up dolls live stream? That was the best one ever. That was the best one ever.
Yeah. I don't think there's no beating that one, Amjad.
No matter how many times I mentioned that live, that was the best one ever.
But it's all right. I'm trying to find that.
When we find that laughing hyena, I'd have to play that again. Let me find it. Shorts. Do you not remember this?
Oh dear, that was yeah. I will like that the whole way through the stream, laughing like that all the way through. But bearing in mind, I'm just speeding it up a bit.
What year was it when we did that live, do you know?
What
year was it when we did that live?
I don't know. I'd have to go back in me.
No, hang on, I'll find myself. Doesn't even say. Hang on.
Oh, I can't find that. Anyway, it's.
I'm pretty sure it was 2020 or 2021.
Was Amazon delivered by Every?
Yeah, definitely do a lot of Amazon deliveries.
3 years ago.
3?
3 years
Especially when
ago.
it's like not so much food stuff, but semi-food stuff.
Jeanette,
Seems longer than that.
Jeanette, 2021. 2021, 8th of April.
Yeah, they piss me off they do, because every time they deliver it to my mum's, they leave it on the doorstep, and she can't bend down to pick it up. She's flipping nearly 90.
The absolute rubbish Every are.
They absolutely annoy me. They do. They dump it on doorstep and send you a photograph in on doorstep instead of knocking on door. Really annoy me.
We've got 2 local grew works, and the amount of times that I've seen on there that the parcel were delivered, but not to my address.
Yeah.
And it shows a picture. Whoever's front door this is, can you get in touch with me? You've got my parcel.
Yep. And the next time I get it, they always do it every time. Same delivery I get to my mum's. And next time I'm going to wait for them. I'm going to park up outside my mum's and sit in the car and wait for them. Because they usually get a time slot, it's a rough hour, and I'm going to just fucking wait for him and I'm going to see what he does. If he doesn't know, I'm going to fucking really give him some shit. What an idle bastard. They leave it on doorstep, and then she rings me up. I've got to traipse around and carry it in.
Yeah. But
wouldn't they are?
It tends to be the Every drivers. The Amazon
ones, a lot of sellers use Every, you see.
I can't fault the Amazon drivers.
I never had a problem with Amazon.
It's just these Every.
It's either Every or Royal Mail. If it comes via Royal Mail or Every, there's a chances of a cock up. It's never a cock up with Amazon.
No. I think that one. Amjad, I'm calling you Amjad now, Richard. I've never had a problem with an actual Amazon delivery driver. I've seen no end of on these 2 sites that we've got, and it's always Every. They've just put it on somebody's doorstep without checking or whatever, and they've put it on somebody else's door.
The right with Royal Mail is they'll shove a card through to say we miss you, but they don't knock on door. I'm thinking, what's all that about? And they did it at my mum's while I was there. I was actually there at the house, so they didn't knock on door because I was there. I can give an excuse that my mum's on her own that she's not got the best hearing. Not focus, Bill, but we're getting the message.
New achievement, that's all I can see.
2 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
When I got out like that.
Do you know, I'm going to call it a night now, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Okie dokie, then.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
See you later, Amjad.
Bye.
See ya.
Easy.
Night. Bye.
Bye.
See you, Amjad.
Yeah. Nice to see him up on panel.
Well, Tracy brought me a cup of tea. Put it right on the side of the room, but never mind.
I'm like farted then, Johnny.
It's my laminate floor and it's a bit squeaky.
You ought to get your Mia a name tag, Little Miss Trouble.
Yeah.
No, the reason the floor's a bit squeaky at that end is behind these wardrobes there's like a concrete panel on the floor. Do you know what you used to have a fireplace?
Yeah.
So the floor's a bit uneven on that, so I had to put like more padding in that side. So when you walk across that little bit, it squeaks. That's all. Squeaks the floor.
Hey, tell us out, Johnny. We're farting, really.
I'd say it. I'd say it if I farted. I'd go, hey, better out than in.
I got to go make some phone calls.
Okay, Bill.
I've been distracted today looking at a house on the other screen. and it's got like 6 acres, and it's just ginormous. But the house isn't particularly big, and it's like, yeah, I got to talk to the boss about that one, see what she thinks.
Oh, okie dokie then, Bill.
All right, see you later, Bill.
See you later, Bill.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
6 acres, that's going to take some money.
I know. Well, we've got up to 5, and now we're back down to 3 again.
There's 15 on here.
I've got 2 acres, but I was standing in and away the ball.
No, I'm on
Honestly,
about.
right? I put my folding chair against the fence to watch her play football.
Tommy.
Ball kept flying over and fucking nearly hitting me, right? And it knocked my drink over at one point, right? So I got my chair, moved it further up, and then they decided to have a match then 30 minutes later, and they moved goalposts to right where I fucking sat.
Have they got it in for you, Johnny?
Yeah, what's that?
20 acres, but that's a big garden, is that 6 acres? Jesus.
Yeah. That's that. I've got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Big Bill says 20 might be a bit much. Oh dear. But
it's ridiculous the amount of land they get over there, isn't it? Their houses, you know. You can literally go off the beaten track for half an hour and they're still on their own land.
See you later, Bill. See you later.
Bill.
That's better. Put some socks on now. My feet are bloody cramping. I think it's because my feet are cold.
Yeah, see? I got the Wurzel reference. Are you back home now, partner?
Hello, Tommy, how are we doing?
But what are you doing at? No.
Bloody acres. They'll do more and look after 6 bloody acres.
But Bill's wanting the land, but as he said, there's 6 acres of land, but the house is small. I mean, what he perceives as small might be massive to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 6 acres is big. 6 acres is 3 football pitches at least. There you go. You got 3 football pitches to mow if you've got 6 acres.
Yeah, it's going to be even warmer tomorrow, Gary.
I'm just chilling in garden tomorrow. I'm not doing fuck all.
I'm doing shut all right.
I've done too much today.
I can get up, dash my bishop, and see what I'm doing after that.
What?
Did
I just hear you right?
I said I'm going to get up, dash my bishop, and then decide what I'm going to do for the rest of the day.
I thought that's what you said. Announcement.
Yeah. More of an evening thing with me, that Richard.
Richard is going to bash the bishop in the morning before he does anything.
Correct.
I've had one at night. You don't need nightall. You just go straight to sleep.
And I'm just going to go out and just go where the floor takes me.
Yeah. He's doing a Tom Hanks. You know, we don't know where he's going, but he's going.
Yeah. Mr. Tom Hanks, Mr. fucking, he makes Jimmy Savile look like a fucking good boy, does that fucking Tom Hanks? He's a creepy fucker. He's one of the creepy creeps of Hollywood.
Am I my test set? Oh, bash the bit. I get it now, Brie. Yeah. Somehow I don't think he's, into playing chess is Richard.
No, I'm not.
Oh, dear. Bloody cramp is fucking really getting bad.
Yeah, Tommy says he.
Thing is, if I go get it seen, go tell them how bad I am and that at the doctors, they're just going to send me for tests. I And then they'll tell me, oh, well, we've told you before there's nothing we can do. You just need to go home and rest. But I've been resting for 3 weeks now and I'm still all fucked up.
Tommy says he cut his elderly neighbour's garden today and I'm fit for bed. That's it, knackers you out, Tommy.
I've gone for... Jeanette, I went 7 months with no painkillers, didn't I? Then I've had this accident. I'm popping them like fucking Smarties at the moment.
I do every day.
Well, today I've had 5 ibuprofen, 2 tramadol, 2 gabapentins, and one of them fucking sulfadine things, and I'm still fucking in pain.
I just religiously take 2 every 4 hours.
I think when it's nerve pain, you're not going to do out about it anyway. It's just fucking there.
This is no word of a lie, and I was trying to explain this to Chris last night. Because you know how he does cream on my back. You know, all the way down my spine, it's numb. I can't feel anything. You know, like if you touch me like that, I could not feel it. And it's like all the way down my spine. Right down to my coccyx. Down here.
You're saying hello, biscuit.
And yeah, and you can touch it and you can't feel it.
You know your brother got himself killed today?
I just spilt tea all over the floor.
Oh dear.
I just had
oh dear.
I just kicked the bloody chair where it is, but I can't. I mean, foot just spasmed. It won't me.
Right. Thank you.
But
well, the floor's about to get a deep cleansing wipe.
Had to be careful cutting back grass today. You nearly put mower through the broken fence. Oh dear.
If grass gets too long, you don't know till you're mowing over it.
You see, on bikes, you know, obviously you've seen ours. Look at that. You missed it. Missed it.
Your back garden's a mountain with a shed on it.
Very nice.
It's cracked.
Your egg's cracked.
My leg's just cracked.
Oh. Welcome to Club Callum.
Does that mean I'm getting old? I was only 22.
I'm going to say.
No, it's a sign to get off your ass and do something, Callum. You're only a young, scrappy. You should be out and about.
I did him.
But, yeah.
No, you're not one for going out on an evening, Callum, but you need to start getting out and about while drink there.
I was telling them, I said, like, my body's like a box of Rice Krispies, snap, crackle and pop.
I'm getting a bit fed up now. I've got stuff to do and I can't do fuck all at the moment. So you expect, well, will you hurt yourself, love? It just takes time, but I'm getting down with it now. That's why I bought clocks and radios to fucking rewire. I could do it, I sat down. I've got another radio, Jeanette, downstairs. I bought another one.
I saw it. Were it yesterday you were showing us?
Yeah, this one matches my picnic basket.
Oh. If you could hear that clanging, that was just Biscuit and his name tag thing clanging on his bowl.
I'm thinking of keeping that radio in that picnic basket, and then when you go out, you got the full set.
Yeah. Give it a 9.
It works. It's in good nick, this radio, actually. The other ones have all needed a bit of wiring, because they weren't compatible with today's batteries.
I mean, going on to what Gary's just said, he says, best feeling in the world, helping somebody out. Where had you been? Oh, he'd been down to Asbury, took his cane with him.
Get over here, Gary. I'll pay you to knock that caravan down.
And he come back, and Ivy's daughter were outside. So she says, where you been? He says, oh, only to Asda. She says, what's with Kane? He says, oh, I've got a bad hip. And bless her, she says, well, if it gets too much, she says, don't take my mum's bins down. And Chris turned round to her and he says, well, look, he says, I have to take my own down. He says, so I may as well take your mum's down while I'm taking her own down.
Yeah, you've been doing that for a long time and all, haven't you?
Yeah.
Pardon me.
But it's only mainly a black bin that he takes down because when carers come in, they put all their rubbish into the black bin, you see.
Well, this. Come in then.
There you go. He says, yeah, Johnny, no bother.
Gary, being loyal tonight, mate.
Oh, I know you would, mate, but you don't think you live anywhere near me, do you?
It's out in Northern Ireland in Belfast.
Oh, well, that's fucked that then.
No, not unless he wants to come on a busman's holiday.
I'll reply to this one, Gary. To be sure, you ain't coming.
But yeah, bless her. Leslie says, well, if it gets too much trouble, don't bother taking my mum's bin down. What?
Yeah, Jeanette, have you seen that video? It's a fucking Lego block.
What?
What
are you on about?
What series have got?
Right,
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's there, but you click on it and it's not.
It's
not there at all, and there's no other program like series.
Oh dear.
Excuse you.
So right, he's on about Fear the Walking Dead. He's been watching it and he's clicked on it and there's no more. I've got one, Callum. But
yeah, Jeanette, look at that, right? Nice video, right? But you'd be pissed off when it arrives. You know why? It's a sandwich tin. So where do you put the batteries in on this? You open it and you can put your packed lunch in. This is that vintage I'm looking for. It's all right. Actually.
What's mulch it? How do you mulch it?
Oh, mulch. Do you know something, Gary? I've got a shredding machine. You know the ones where you run your branches and stuff through. I've got one of them.
See, that's one bugbear that Chris has got. You know, we aren't being a slanty garden. You know, just a few things and boxes full.
Your backyard's a mountain with a shed on it.
But it still needs mowing, though, Johnny. You know what I mean? It still needs mowing.
Or is it step to the loo down?
And that's one thing that, yeah. But you see, we've got they replaced a box with a blue bin, so we got a blue box where you put your. I think at the time it was cardboard and whatever. So we've got that. So Chris takes that up with him. And when it gets full, he just empties it into that. So you're just emptying it. Well, you're actually emptying it into that, but you're only empty one trip. You know what I mean?
I need a new lawnmower, mate. My fucking back wheel fell off over there, but literally fell off. in even on the centre part. It's just smashed.
Hey, we've got one that comes across our fence, Bria, and we don't know its name or anything. We just call it Tabby.
I'm going to nick Stuart's lawnmower. He don't know it yet. He's got a better one, but his garden size of a postage stamp.
But you see, that's the only thing that Chris, because he has to run an extension from here to just outside, and they has to get one of them rolly uppy extensions to go up. You know what I mean? Because you've got to go up the steps.
Yeah, but posh more of that, Gary. I saw that.
No.
Borrow more.
But
nice, Chris. You know,
something went down wrong, oh.
Fire.
Yeah, he's long back down there.
Bria says we call him Wonky here. But yeah, we've got one, and it only looks like a young kitten-ish. So we just call it Tabby. And then we've got that little shit black and white one. What? Yeah, that one is that one. Yeah, we do call that one Bastard. It even tried coming in ass the other day. Little bastard.
What, Tabby?
No, that black and white one. Because
white little shit.
Yeah, because Chris had got patio door open. It thought it was an invitation for it to come in. He went, "Get away, you little shit!" And it's sort of one of these that it's got no fear. That's why Chris has got that doody doll. What you've got over there, Richard?
Did I tell you, Mum? Chase was giving me some lovely dummy earlier.
Yeah, I'm a glass whip flipping with the flosser.
Yeah. So Chris has got it over there, Richard, and he says, "Right, you little bastard, come again."
No, you're not looking back lawnmower, Johnny.
Hello, Steve.
See, watch what you say, Johnny.
Do you know what it is, though, Stuart? I wasn't going to nick your lawnmower, but it's a good way to see if you're there or not.
Yeah. Just be careful what you say in future, Johnny, because you never know who's listening.
Popping up, yeah.
The wheel's falling off, Stuart.
Well, hang on a minute. Well, that's it. Yeah, I can hear you now. Bloody hell, I had the YouTube on.
Yeah.
The wheel's falling off mine, Stuart.
It says you've got stamp for a lawn.
Right.
He's got a proper nice petrol lawnmower, Stuart.
Yeah, but the wheel fell off. The wheel fell off. So I banged it back on. With Abba. Yeah. Violence it. He went 6 months ago. He went, "You probably look us through it." I said, "What? Your wheel fell off." I said, "Oh, it's all right, right." He said, "Paul's off the way." I tell you what I'll do. I get my boss. Puts wheel back on. You know them big staples? You know, like electronic staples? He's put one in there. He's put a nail front back of it and screwed it on. He said it started. Brought it back to my house and it's absolutely spot on now.
I hear Leeds United have got the same problem, Stuart.
Oh, no.
What wheel keeps falling off?
Yeah. So,
Not about lawnmower wheel keeps falling off.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm about. Facebook today.
No, it was 2-2, wasn't it?
What?
Last league match.
Yeah, but fucking million. There's that cooking twat.
He's on about. He's on because that what we're on it. We're on about.
Yeah, that's 3-1. Yeah.
And Donny says, "Do you want Millier or whatever his name is?" I says, "That's that goalkeeper that fluffed it and
fluffed it." Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Johnny, we're about a lawnmower, mate. It's here any time for you, mate. You know that. Just go and collect it. And a big bill line for you.
I'm laughing at Gary.
I've still got my lawnmower, but literally the actual centre part of the back wheel's just completely shattered.
Yeah. Is that electric one?
Yeah. I've had it years, and it's a good lawnmower.
Oh,
I welded it blade back on.
No, Johnny, it's over here, mate.
I can remember.
You know what I'll do, Jeanette? I'll screw a piece of wood to back at lawnmower and put some casters on it.
Hello, Barefoot. How are we doing?
Hi, Barefoot.
I figured it out, Jeanette.
What?
I'm going to screw a piece of wood to the back and stick some of them casters on it. It'd be like an uncontrollable shopping trolley.
Oh, look at them.
No, I bought, remember them casters I bought, Jeanette, for that bloody movable summer house? What? Fucking
fresh scallops.
Very nice.
I like
looks
scallops.
very, very nice, Barefoot.
Oh.
I could eat that myself.
Remember Kathleen with a fractured ankle, which fell off a chair? She's gone to the doctor today. Arthritis in ankle. Right.
This is what we're surmising about Chris, because he told me the other day he broke a bone in his elbow, and that's what's been hurting him.
Well, I got tennis elbow in the arm.
When you have a proper break in your bones and that, it comes back to haunt you when you get older.
Yeah. I broke my ankle.
Hang on a minute. Tennis elbow, since when have you played tennis?
I don't know, that's what I said. I got tennis elbow 2 years ago, yeah?
You mean wanking elbow?
No, that's a tennis elbow, mate. Right. And this one,
we've already had one admission on this show. That's enough for Stuart.
I know, I heard.
He's a wank.
Well, Richard says he's bashing his bishop first thing before he does anything.
He's broke AstroTurf.
That means Bishop playing chess, but he don't play chess.
Yeah. This is the thing. They call it the funny bone, Gary, but when you bang it, it's not very funny, is it?
Oh, no.
So why do you call it the funny bone?
You know what I'm going to do, Jeanette? I'm going down to hospital, mate. I'll tell you what, like, my leg is fucking fucked. You know when I snapped it in half, the ankle? I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. But I've got a fucking doctor. What?
Oh dear, I'm laughing at Chris. Just come and show them exercises that they've told you to do. So right, he's doing it now.
Over mate.
And leaflets to think you're a fucking contortionist.
That's no before we went to bed. What the fuck you seen him? You know, you'd been on wacky backy.
Can you put your head behind your ears?
You don't go around like that.
I'll fire, Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeanette,
You're stirring a big
here's
pot
a
of
good
soup.
idea. Get a mixing bowl underneath him. You'd be fucking glad.
This is what he was doing last night. I thought he'd been at wacky backy.
Oh.
Okay, you did someone doing that last night. You're freaking fucking, oh, whoa. Scratch your head.
And that was before I went to bed.
He's getting a bit. He's getting a bit. Yeah, Jeanette, he's getting a bit intimate with that door.
Hello.
You know what it is,
exactly what I thought, Johnny, last night.
Exactly, it's shining up.
He did it before. He was doing it before we went to bed, and I thought, what the fuck is he doing?
You're doing there, yeah.
And he says,
"That's that sex scene when I put the leg up the door."
I mean,
this is what the physiotherapist told me to do, and I thought, what's the fuck's that about? You know, where you know, on a different planet or something.
It's to strengthen my cup.
Supposed to be seeing aliens.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
Strengthen your cup.
Well,
yeah.
That'll be a title when he cut, will it? Oh, sorry.
Well, I broke my leg in COVID, so I had a physiotherapist. He went, "Have you got a chin towel?" I went, "Yeah." "I'm not. I'm just laid up like that." "Have you got a chin towel? What are you doing stretch?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "Are you quite funny?" "Yeah." "Well, I'm going to send you leave out. I have to do this." I went, "What the fuck?" I said to Kathleen, "What the fuck's that doing with my fucking leg?" And this and that. And fuck off.
We've had exactly the same thing with Chris with his hip and everything. Thing.
Fucking hurts now.
I mean, this is what they gave Callum when he went to hospital.
That's not so sick to me. That's the
Clear the nose by gently blowing or by performing nasal douching. This prepares the nasal area by removing mucus that
Do you know what
otherwise.
douching means? Do you know what anal douching means? Fucking hose up your ass.
Just going to school with it. I'm just going to go a little bit up.
Step number 2. Bring your head forward. Place your chin on your chest.
Yeah,
this position closes off the back of the throat and allows the spray to reach the correct area inside the nose.
So when you're using your
spray in the opposite hand to the nostril in which you are about to apply the spray. For example, use the left hand to apply the spray in the right nostril and the right hand for the left nostril. This ensures you aim the spray at the correct angle. I'm thinking, fucking hell, it's a nasal spray, for God's sake.
I'm just
going to stick your nose and give it a pump.
I'm just going to stick this shower head up my ass.
Yeah, Gary says up the douche.
There are some though, like this doctor, mate.
Gary's calling you a perv now.
He's an absolute fucking moron. My doctor is a moron. He's absolutely.
He said, think he was a perv, Jeanette, showing you what he could do with his fingers.
Hey, I've got
you know, if I didn't know him all that well, Gary, I'd think he'd, lost his marbles and we're looking for them. You know what I mean?
I'll be looking for my marbles for 22 minutes.
Oh God. Tracy's put, she can't move now. It was very nice. Even the dog enjoyed it. The bit I could not finish.
Why? You don't be giving it to a fucking dog.
The psycho dog.
That one that Chris went to is some kind of physio, but they're saying like
it's sprinting round garden now.
Yeah, we listened to you earlier.
But I was just sort of showing you an example of that's the communication that Callum's had, you know, to do with his nose and everything.
Stuck me nose and get with it.
The way that they speak to you, they think you're a child.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
whack up his nose. So 2 puffs, 3 puffs, whatever. Get up his nose.
That's it. That's it.
You know, if you could do the job right, I'd have gone to him weeks ago when I hurt myself. But I just don't.
No, Johnny.
You know, I look at it this way.
I've never been this bad, though, Stuart. When I'm walking, I'm fucking wobbling and everything. I'm falling over about fucking.
You know, they get him a stronger nasal spray.
I gave Tracy a cuddle on that ramp earlier, said I'm falling for you, love, and I fucking fell over then. Tripped over at fucking car seat. Instead of her getting a cuddle, I nearly threw her over the fence. Not good. It's bad not being able to keep my balance right.
This is the thing. I mean, we've all got one. I mean, everybody on the panel's got one thing in common. You know, we're all in pain.
Yeah, I have a trapped nerve in my right side, which I'm used to, and I think it's killed it off a bit over years because I've always had problems with that. But I'm having pain in my left side as well. You know what I mean?
Nearly knocked you over, did it, Tracy?
I did. Honestly, I fucking tripped over and went flying down bloody ramp.
This is the thing, Bria. You know what I mean? What does that do? And you know,
fuck all, do they?
Apart from stirring the pot.
Go on then. Oh no, I finished this one.
What's that going to do with it? What's that going to do with it? What's that going to do with it? What's that going to do with it?
That ain't got nothing to do with is it because he's got.
Hello.
Because he's got problems with his elbow and his shoulder.
Bloody hell, you made me jump there, Anthony.
He went on 1st of April yesterday.
Hello, Johnny.
And it's something to do with his rotator cuff. Well, I don't know.
What's that going to do?
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Richard.
Hello,
Anthony. You could rotate me if you put me in the microwave.
I think Gary cooking a microwave.
You know, well, welcome to the pain club, Anthony.
The pain club.
Right, you're not allowed on unless you've got an ailment.
See, Anthony did, but he had a new one.
Oh, yeah.
You can say it, GR.
Hi, Tracy.
We accept it, GRs, Anthony.
Yeah.
Anal douching.
No,
anal douching.
We've already discussed that one.
Yeah, Anthony, you know, knows what it's like.
Anthony, if you're willing to stick the hose up your ass,
replaced.
Yeah, in front of full hip replacement.
Anthony, if you're willing to have a hose up your ass, you can join the club.
The best one I've heard, physio's giving someone whose legs don't work leg exercises.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Bria.
Their excess, honestly,
he's actually going with his hip on the 31st of April. That's that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he is, or he won't be getting far.
Excuse me. There's not 31 days in April.
Yeah, it's like that. If you break your leg,
the 31st.
Well, it's 30th when he goes.
Yeah.
Gonna say if it's 31st, I'm lying to you.
Well, I'm going down.
No, 30th.
I went to hospital, sometime at week to go get an X-ray. Because my doctor's a fucking cabbage.
You see,
cabbage.
Anthony, he's an absolute knobhead, mate.
Well, you might as well all dinghy divers use A&E like a fucking doctor's surgery, so you might as well.
This is the thing. He's been to the physio, but only the physio in our surgery, right? So I don't think he's got the powers to send Chris for an X-ray.
Yeah, especially when his exercises involve the song head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Anyway, he's going on the 30th, but this is to a proper physio department.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I said to Chris, I've been to the exact same place, and the first thing they'll do is send him for an X-ray.
Yeah,
exactly right. That's exactly what they done with me.
But they should have done that from his surgery, but they didn't.
If
and
you broke your hand, you know it, lift your legs.
Lift my legs.
But when I first went to the doctors about my hip, first thing he done, he examined me. First thing he done, he said he examined my hip and all that, and then he sent me for an X-ray.
Well, my doctor, I went over my arm and my leg.
Yeah.
Right, and he goes like that. He picks my arm up. He went, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah." Squeeze it. I went, "Well, why don't we squeeze it? Don't we squeeze it? I don't squeeze it." He went, "Well," I went, "Oh, that's all." I went, "It fucking hurts, mate. It hurts every day."
Even the physio, though it's a physio surgery, that physio told Chris that it's arthritis in his hip.
Yeah.
In other words, it's wear and tear.
Wear and tear, yeah, exactly, yeah. Knackered.
Exactly what happened with me.
He don't need an X-ray to tell him that,
well,
but it's proof that something needs doing about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they do him an X-ray and it comes back that it's wear and tear.
Well, what they do is they go round in circles or with circles. Some guys, "Oh yeah, he did replace them, mate." Yeah, no, yeah, okay. You know, I'm bloody 50 or 60 years old now. You're going to fucking operation on me.
But the thing they've told Chris Stewart is he's too young to have a hip replacement. Now, Anthony.
Too young.
Me.
Anthony is younger
10, 15 years out of a hip replacement.
And he's already had a hip replacement.
And how are you offering it?
How old are you? I am 53 this year and I've had a hip replacement.
And how old's Chris, is it?
He's 54 this year.
So he's what? 2 years younger than me?
Yeah, and Chris is a year older than me then.
And he can't be able to
You bunch of old gits. I'm 49. Woo.
Oh,
you wish, Johnny.
Johnny.
Anthony, I've just turned
I'm 63 in September. I'm 63 in September.
I've just turned 49.
In September.
Yeah.
He's a 6th September, Terry.
It's a big 5-0 next year for Johnny.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I'll apologise. I'm sorry.
Well, as Richard says, you bastard.
I'm oldest. Then it's Richard. Then it's our old Jew Stewart.
I'm same as Richard.
55, 56, sorry.
No, Anthony, being up 3 generations of kids has sent me here.
Because Richard's August, isn't it?
Chris is 54 in November, you see.
Yeah. And I'm 56 in October. And Richard's
Richard's already 56 because his birthday's Christmas Day. So he was 56, Christmas.
And I'll be 53 on the July the 20th.
I'm holding on to 49 as long as possible.
Yeah, because we get to 50, mate. That's when trouble starts, mate.
Yeah,
started about fucking 35.
Read Gary's comment. It says a bricklayer I watch on YouTube just had hip replacement. He had to wait 4 years to get it done at Wigan Hospital on the NHS, and he were only 54.
Exactly.
Yeah, 54.
So it's a load of bullshit.
Depends on the doctor, you see. It depends on whether the doctor actually gives a shit.
Of course, it's a load of listen. Of course, it's a load of bullshit. They just want to say, it's like I said last night. My sister-in-law is on 2 crutches and she's waiting for 2 hip replacements, and they still ain't done enough all about it.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous, mate. Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. But the thing is, for me,
it used to be. Now it's just everything's overwhelmed, isn't it? So
the thing is, though, everybody, I kept pestering them and saying I needed it done.
Yeah.
Because it was getting me down. It was putting me in the bag. bad place, you know. And I kept saying, a lot of people kept saying to me, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" When I was walking.
Well, you're not, are you?
No, I weren't.
No.
I am now, but
yeah.
But yeah, I went in. I was supposed to go in the 31st of October, 2022, to have it done, and then I ended up getting a head cold, and I rung them up and said I've got a bit of a cold.
I can remember that, Anthony.
Yeah, they advised me to go home and do a COVID test. Done a COVID test, it come back positive. I rung them back again and said it's come positive, and then they had to then they rescheduled it for the 3rd of January 2023 because I thought I was going to be waiting another year at least to get it done, but no, they got me for the 3rd of January.
You're lucky one that's got it actually done on place for you, mate. But I'll tell you what, you know it's COVID test. You know what it's COVID. You know what I mean? You know how I always call it man flu.
Man flu, yeah, exactly.
Hey, you see that radio there? That's the same one I bought the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want 45 quid for that on here.
How much? 45?
Yeah. I paid 3 quid.
You got something strict today, didn't you, Johnny?
Eh?
You got some of your stuff, yeah?
11 lots.
Same age as my mum.
This is the thing, you know.
They're all on vintage, though. They're all on this vintage. I'm selling the lot. I'm not keeping it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is the thing, and Gary says it's the waiting list, but different areas have got different waiting lists, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the thing is,
you know, sometimes you can be waiting 2 years, 4 years, even longer. Depends on the
area.
Thing is, I could have still been waiting for mine, but I kept onto them and not onto them that I wanted it done. So I think in the end they gave in and told me they was going to do it.
Yeah,
to get me off their back all the time. But I had it done privately.
I'm going to say this is the thing. No, he didn't pay for it. He got it done on NHS.
Private. When my mum had a knee up, they sent it to a private place to have it done.
I remember you saying something about that. There's a couple of ago, Anthony, what you got it done, you got it on private.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. It's true what they say about the food in normal hospitals and the private hospitals. You get better scran in private hospitals than you do in a normal hospital.
Right, I'm coming off so I can just chill out on chat now.
Okay then, Johnny.
So
see you later, Johnny.
Bye, Johnny.
Night.
But yeah, you know what I mean. This is what saying about NHS is so overwhelmed that they're having to get the private hospitals involved because they've, you know, they just can't cope with the backlog.
No, never will. Never will.
No.
And that's exactly the reason why Anthony got his done privately, but on the NHS, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, looking for that, mate. Fair play to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Too hot. Gary Ross has put, I've heard of people going to Germany and France after being told by a surgeon consultant on the NHS they are suitable for an operation, but it is over a 2-year waiting list.
I'll tell you what, though, Jeanette, like my dad, bless him, when he died, 2 days before he died, he fell out of bed and he broke his hip. And he was getting obviously, he'd had a cancer, so he's got a morphine fighting the cancer in pain. And he was screaming out every 5 minutes. He couldn't even move. They wouldn't fix it, obviously, you know, because, you know, he's not.
Yeah.
There's no point because obviously the man was dying. And I'll tell you what, the pain he was unbelievable. They had to put morphine into him.
This is the thing. Ivy next door. Hello again, Johnny. He's in chat. Ivy next door fell,
Johnny.
But she didn't break her hip. She broke that big bone at top of your leg.
Oh,
and she has had to have pins and physiotherapy, and she's still having people coming to see her and hospital appointments because she got her leg sorted, they pinned the bone and everything, but then she caught COVID in hospital, right? And then she got cleared of COVID and she got pneumonia.
Oh, lovely.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant. You're bored of that.
Yeah.
You get that, that's it, man.
I mean, she has had a fall since, and it was good job. I'm a light sleeper because it were about 3 o'clock in the morning, and all I could hear was somebody going.
Knocking, yeah.
And then all of a sudden I heard a scream, and I woke Chris up and I went, I can hear knocking. I says, and then
screaming.
Somebody screaming.
Yeah.
I says, I think it's Ivy next door. So we sort of waited and listened, and this were about 3 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, tap, 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 and then a scream.
Got an ambulance in it.
And basically, we rung ambulance, and we says, well, you know, we've got a neighbour, and she's already had a fall, but we think she's fell again because all we can hear is tapping, banging, and screaming.
Yeah.
So he says, all right, well, we'll send an ambulance out to it. So Chris come down and he put his head through, letterbox. Well, tried to look through letterbox. Honest to God, she was covered from here. All her face was covered in blood. So we rung ambulance back and he says it's an emergency. She's got an head injury. And there must have been a woman down back here. She's got some ducks. Anyway, so she must have been having a cigarette outside. And she came running over and she says, did I hear you say head injury? And he says, yeah, and he told it story. And anyway, so they both looked through thing and she says, Ivy, we've got to get in because she's got one of these key safe things.
Oh, yeah.
So a carer can get in.
Yeah, so a carer can get into her without her having to get physically to the door.
Yeah.
So Chris shouts through letterbox to her, Ivy, give us the number to your key safe. And she was compos mentis. It was just all this blood all over the place.
Yeah.
And she gave them key code.
Yeah.
Got key at door. She'd put thing
chain on.
So him and this woman, double it with a shoulder and got in.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's horrible. I mean, because I don't know, so it don't really fucking piss me off back there in the session. They don't care about us when they get stick to 70. Stick to 60.
Listen, I'll tell you something now.
In respect to ambulance service, they were there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just as Chris had got in through door.
Yeah, they were there, yeah.
And they were asking her what she'd done, and she said she'd fell out of bed. But this is where, the story doesn't add up. She said she'd fell out of bed, but there were no blood round her bed, because she's got a bed downstairs, you see.
Oh, yeah.
And there were no blood except Chris says a little tiny pinprick on her bed. So he says, that ain't where it happened. And I says, I'll tell you what happened, because her daughter said she's got one of these Zimmer frame things.
Oh, yeah.
And when carers leave her at night time, they put this Zimmer frame at the side of the bed.
Yeah.
Now, she says, my mum's, she's a stubborn cow.
Yeah. Remind me, my mum name.
She says she'll get up to go to the toilet because she's like us, she's got a toilet downstairs. What?
Oh, yeah, my fucking hell, fucking twat. Sorry, we're twat.
Talk about the cat.
Anyway, so Leslie says she's got a habit of going to the toilet but not using a Zimmer frame. And I reckon she'd been to the toilet, tripped over, and right opposite our toilet there's a radiator.
I've seen that radiator, yeah.
And I reckon that she tripped over and banged her head. And she put her head out near.
Ooh.
And that's why all blood were all going down
the face.
Tommy says, I love that cat.
I love that.
You can hear his Richard Gary says he thinks she's squeezing his piles. No piles, should I say?
Squeeze it.
Stuart, I'm going back to my mum when my mum was in hospital, right?
Oh, yeah.
This Asian doctor, right, tried 3 or 4 times to get a cannula in my mum's hand, right? I nearly turned around and said to her, "You're hurting her." I turned around and said to him, "You're hurting her. Can't you try and get it in her left hand?" Because every time he tried to put it in, I could see my mum was in pain, and I nearly flipped my lid. I nearly flipped.
Mum used to be the same, Anthony. She used to be exactly the same. Cavity.
Get off.
You get a bit of blood out of it.
Get away.
Check blood out of her arm. Needle straight in. That's it. She swallowed like a twat.
Yeah.
And it's broke like it. Within 3 minutes after doing it, it's bumped and bruised.
He ain't got Vicky Pollard over, has he, Gary?
I mean, my mum was a big woman. You know, she was a big woman.
The thing is, I'm not very good. I've got no veins.
Yeah. And they always say, yeah, Mum, you stick a pin there in an arm, but in 2 seconds after you take the needle out, she blows like a twat. Oh, God, black and blue and everything, Mum.
Yeah, my mum was
like exactly the same. I had some blood took one day, and I'm not kidding you, Stuart. My arm were bruised from here to my wrist.
Yeah, okay.
I
was over from Doncaster. Who else beat you up? He went, nobody. I've got a witch doctor on me. Been hospital all bloody weeks, so I've had a witch doctor.
My mum used to like it when the nurses come round for the blood. She used to say, "Here come the vampires again."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, vampires. Yeah.
Vampires.
Oh,
we've all been surmising what were happening because we could hear your audio.
Hello.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! I just got the urge to go bog, honestly. And fuck, it were like dam busters. Fucking massive torpedo. Jesus Christ.
You've gone from one extreme to other one then.
Exactly.
I just got the urge, and honestly, it looked like a brown cucumber, and then another one come after it. So I ended up with twins.
It
was good though to get shot. Bloody hell.
Oh dear
I must have shit about £6 out just there.
Well, you're not full of shit anymore, Richard.
No. I've not had any solid food at all today. Not one single bit of solid food today.
That's what Chris always says, Anthony. You know, when he has a good clear out, because he has these Laxido parties because he has a problem.
Yeah.
And like yesterday, and this is no word of a lie, right? I swear down on Callum's life. He sat on toilet this morning and went, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Yeah, honestly, the feeling is unbelievable. And that second time it did it yesterday when I emptied my cell, and today there can't be any more because I've not had any solid food, so there can't be any frigging more.
It's that really
that were better than yesterday's. It were more of a feeling about it, and you know what I mean. I can feel it. I can tell it. Once you get part way out, the momentum of the weight pulls it.
Comes down. Goes outside of it. Straight.
And you come out of the bathroom and you feel elated.
You know, I'm going to fucking shit myself. Because what? I said, you fucking shit. You been back? I said, I need one now. Oh, this is going
Well, that's the thing. When you've got to go, you've got to go.
Go, what are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Gary says Chris was working on, well, not exactly. He was sat down, Gary Brewer, going, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Yeah, that's what I felt like. It'd be like anal sex with that. If I'm not going to know what anal sex feels like, but that's what I can imagine it feels like.
Oh dear!
Get out, you bastard! Go!
Honestly, I'm like, my flipping breath took away. I'm breathless. I were.
You have to say to it, "You have been evicted."
Fucking right. You've got your ass down that S-bend. Purr you. Rev up.
Yeah, we're going back to shit talk again, Bria.
Oh, yeah. Well, not all right, though, was it? Fucking hell, fucking dicks all night.
Well, I got rid of that yesterday and I was bunged up again today. I thought, what the frigging hell? So I got some more of that. I was on Amazon and I thought, what was that shit I took yesterday? What we call? I forgot what it's called. Senecot. Well, I looked on Amazon this morning. Senecot Max Strength. I thought, right, I'll order some of them. And it said can get by 7 o'clock tonight. Anyway, they come to the cabinet this afternoon, so I went and got them, and I took 2 straight away there and then when I was stood at cabinet before I even got back to the car. And I'm looking on the label, and it says, "Please make sure you only take 1 a day." I thought, "Fucking, I've just met 2."
Therein lies your answer there, Richard.
Yeah,
and I just sat there talking with you lot, and I thought, "Yeah, I'll go and make a brew." And when I stood up, I thought, "My God, here it goes! I'm been off." That was it.
But it says nice about the cat.
Senecot extra strength.
Yeah, you can get extra strength Senecot on Amazon. Full strength, it's called. And on the other Senecot, it says take 2 before you go to bed. So they look identical, so I just lamped 2 back. And I read the label at back, and it says take 1. Oh my God.
Join the club, Richard.
It says on box, so we take 1, and he went, "Oh crap, I've just took 2.
2, I just took 2.
So at all.
Yeah.
So you'll have to remember that when you can't shit again. You'll have to take.
Have you ever seen these old war films with submarines? Well, that's what that was like. I could have painted a swastika on them and sold them.
Torpedoes away.
Yeah, that's the one.
The relief after is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I get a lot of drugs off Amazon. They do some other things as well on Amazon, which is good for your joints. It's called Anodin Joint Pain, and that's good as well. And I've started getting them, and they do help them. It's called Anodin Joint Pain. It's ibuprofen, but it's made differently, so it does your joints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ibuprofen, shall I say? Oh yeah.
Which one did you buy? The 48 tablets or the 10?
I just bought the cheap packet, about $3.50 it were, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Max Strength, it's called. Senecot Max Strength, that's the one. It says, does not help with weight loss. I beg to differ. I think I could have got them out and flipping weighed them. And I bet they were fair weight there.
Had to basket.
Had to basket.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Better than the normal Senecot, because I've been doing them and they worked, but they were slow. But them are quick. But it done that when I took 2 when I should have only took 1.
So the way you're anticipated then, Richard.
Tomorrow, just take 1, mate.
Well, I'll be all right now. I'm empty now, thank God.
Exactly. So we have to just take 1.
Richard, I'm surprised you made it home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I took them at... time did I take them? It was about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I didn't come home until after 7.
Bloody hell, well, then.
But yesterday I was bunged up. It's because of all these protein drinks I'm having. I think that's what's doing it.
Yeah, there's one here called Bowel Clear.
Yeah. Well, that's worked anyway. It weren't painful.
Colon cleanse.
Just stay away from water slide if you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get some Brussels sprouts tomorrow. Sprouts.
Active ingredients in these ones that I've just been telling you about. Rhubarb, glucose, I don't know. It's not cayenne, sugar, bee, dandelion, aloe vera, ginger, nettle, barberry, and garlic. That's a good concoction, isn't it?
What's that for?
This is that strong colon cleanse.
Yeah.
Natural laxatives for constipation relief. Herbal bowel cleanse and stool softener.
I know what I'm doing next time I go home.
That's doing fucking up his shit and fucking go away there to fucking hell.
We're even talking about thingamabobs other night, weren't we, Richard?
Yeah.
I
didn't want it to get to that. We had to shove something up.
No, because see, suppositories, that's it. But the ones that the doctor gave Chris were like a pipette type of thing. I said, I said, doctor gave Chris them, and he turned around and says, "You're not shoving them up my arse." So there's a box in there unopened.
Well, I'll sleep better tonight, that's for sure.
You'll sleep like a baby tonight, Richard.
Oh, after that. Because it was bugging me last night.
So I mean, that constipation shit. Fucking bubbles and smarties and fucking all sorts.
There's nothing worse than constipation pain.
Catherine gets it all the time because she eats a lot of bread. I keep on telling her, stop eating the fucking load of bread.
First time I've ever had it in my life, as I can remember. And I can only put it down to all these protein drinks I've been having.
Could be.
And that's which protein drinks, but I don't know.
I know you.
See what Tommy's brought.
He'll be looking 6 stone crackhead next week if he can.
Yeah.
You're all about,
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah, I get my second wave of drugs on Friday, Tommy. I go for my second wave of drugs, so that'll be it.
Yeah.
I've only had 400 calories so far today. That's all I've had today so far. 400 calories.
Cool.
408 calories to be precise.
And don't forget about the 8 calories.
That's what I've had today. 408 calories because you just don't feel hungry.
But the thing is now, Richard, now you've emptied yourself, quite literally, you might feel
a bit better,
able to eat.
Yeah, more.
Well, I didn't eat out yesterday because I thought if I'm bunged up, there's no point in eating more. It's like flipping, it's like having a block drain and shoving more mug down it. You know what I mean? There's no point in that.
Yeah, I mean now you've got it all out. You might be able to eat a bit of something more.
Yeah, I mean I'm not so bad. I'm not hungry, so I'm not that. I'm all right.
You know what I'm saying. Instead of having the protein shakes, you might be able to have
more
a meal.
A little more, yeah.
Meal. Oh, pardon me.
You're pardoned.
He says,
railway stations.
Hanging around railway stations, they'll stick a few coppers in your coffee cup, Richard.
Yeah, wonder where.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that, Sam, because I thought, God forbid, I hope I'm not like this in the morning or somebody have a numb ass over.
Not last night, night before. Chris was tossing and turning all night, and that was his problem because it was affecting the bottom of his back.
Yeah, makes your ass hurt. End up with a flipping sore ring. Because you're trying to push something out, you're trying to push something this big out through something that big.
In a square peg in a round hole.
It's like toilet making squeaky fucking noise. Oh my God, get you bastard. Fuck off.
But yeah, that it was tossing and turning all night, and that was Chris's problem because because he hadn't been able to go, it was affecting his back. And of course, in turn, with me being a light sleeper, it was keeping me awake.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, he slept like a baby last night.
Yeah. No, it's nothing worse than having that fucking constipation fucking bollocks. So.
Hello, Vanessa.
Yeah, I'm Vanessa.
Nothing worse than that constipation, man. Oh, man, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrendous.
That's the worst I've ever had in my life, that.
Yeah.
I mean, I weren't so bad today, but the other day, I was bad. I was going bog. And it'd start coming out. And when I stopped, it'd shoot back up again. I'd say, "What
are you doing? Get on, you dickhead."
I've been there, Richard.
Turn his head and show, then shoot back inside again. I think,
and then you think, "Sod it," and get off at bog, and you're walking like,
yeah. You're walking like you got a cucumber hanging out your ass.
I'm going to go and toilet. It's upstairs, yeah. I'm going myself. I'll come downstairs. Oh, let's go down. I'm going downstairs. I had a fucking fat cup of coffee. I've got to. My God, I need to go again. I'm running up fucking stairs, and it's still. Oh my God! Fuck.
But you see, in my case, I've got IBS. So you like go from one extreme to other.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have constipation, but you also, on other side of the spectrum, you have bad diarrhea.
Exactly.
Klingons.
Yeah.
You should not be
cooking or drinking from
I have no copper vessels, that's for sure. That's for posh folk.
She's like
the physio fella told me, said to me today, you shouldn't drink more black coffee. He says black coffee is
that's
strong black coffee and fresh orange.
She started farting.
And plenty of water.
What are you doing?
Does it mean freshly squeezed oranges, or does it mean that fresh orange?
Fresh orange, and not freshly squeezed, but fresh orange that you buy. You know what I mean? The unmessy orange.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's supposed to be the child and all that.
Sup, Anthony?
Yeah, like childbirth. You're right. That was the other day when I was struggling. That is exactly what it felt like. I could have done with a birthing pool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know what I mean. No, you're all right now, Anthony. I couldn't hear you momentarily.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, Jeanette's gone off, isn't she?
Oh, Jeanette's still here.
Oh, so I got her on the ring of death.
All right, well, she's still here. I'm talking to her, unless I'm talking to a ghost.
All right, now you lot have gone.
We're all still here, Anthony.
He says, you need a good kryptonite. But but you see, when you says no black coffee, that is like 100% caffeine.
He said drink black coffee.
Oh, he said drink black coffee.
Yeah, he said drink some black coffee. He says that's good for you to clear your head. Black coffee and fresh orange and plenty of water.
Well, that's it.
The Senecots, by gum, you will have a nuclear explosion.
Hello.
Strength when you're only supposed to take one.
Yeah.
Well, that helps, is it?
I thought I felt Earth moving this afternoon.
They're about 20 minutes ago.
So if we hear a nuclear explosion, we'll know it's coming from Richards in Lancashire.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be any more now. I think I'm empty.
Gotta be looking at two cannonballs coming out, two missiles.
Yeah,
torpedoes.
Well, not torpedoes, well, they'll be yoking fucking weapons.
Shall I tell you something else that makes Chris go? Whiskey, when he has a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey,
that makes him go. Because it's like the fibre, isn't it? Because it's made with
malt, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the malt and glucose and all that crap they put in it.
Yeah. He can always go when he has a glass of whiskey. But it's not, he don't fancy a glass of whiskey every single night. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, dear. Have they had to put tape around your toilet door, Richard?
You'll be having shitting in no time.
I'm actually looking forward to going to bed tonight. Because last night, I went to bed last night, but night before, bloody hell. I thought this is going to be horrendous, is this? Busting for shit, going to bed busting for shit, but not being able to get rid of it.
That was Chris's dilemma on Monday night. He was tossing and turning all night long.
I fought my ass off tonight all night, probably.
He'd be blowing duvet cover, but and he was tossing and turning, and all I could hear him doing, and they were going.
Yeah, it's horrible, bloody horrible.
You know what I mean? And every time he moved or couldn't get comfortable, and he were doing that, I would wake up.
I don't recall ever being like that before.
And I made him laugh last night because he got out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to go for a number 2. I'm sort of that disorientated and didn't know what day it were. I went, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm going for a shit, if you don't mind." But I was that tired and I was that disorientated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't have told you what day it was, what time it was, or anything. And I just know he got out to bed because he sort of he sleeps on this side and he sort of has to walk round edge of bed to go to the toilet. And sometimes I can feel him like holding on to edge of bed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I can feel it when he's like pressing on bed as he walks. I just says, "Where are you going?"
Well, it's like I go mention it, yeah? Kappa got a toilet. Now, a normal person and climb back into bed. No, Kappa doesn't do that. She climbs into the fucking bed and she starts fucking, "Oh, what are you doing, you silly bitch?" Where you been, toilet?
Laughing at what Gary's put. Disoriented, basically the smell had you on an acid trip. No, this was before he had one, Gary.
Yeah, he had an acid trip.
I didn't know what day it were because I'd not had any sleep all night. And you know what you're like when you're dog tired and you know you need to go to sleep, but then you're such a light sleeper that every time he's tossing and turning or sighing or whatever,
it wakes you up.
Wakes me up.
Fucking gonna get it in a minute.
With doors on back of hall door trying to escape tonight.
Did the earth move? I don't know. I was that honest to God, Gary. My eyes were like piss holes in the snow the next morning.
Oh, piss holes in the snow. I've been there.
You let me see Mia tonight. She's right about really rampage tonight, eh?
Yeah, she is. She's seen some outside. I don't know what she's doing.
Well, at least she's doing it now, Richard, and not,
not
hopefully, touch wood, she'll not be on page when you go to bed.
Yeah, she's been quite, just lately at night time, she's not been bad. She just settles down and goes to sleep just lately.
She's maturing. That's what it is.
In the morning, though, she's murdered. She 6:30, 7 o'clock, she comes and bangs her head against me to wake up.
They've got a body clock, same as what we have, and she knows that when you used to work.
I don't want to get out of bed.
What I'm saying is, she's used to you getting up to go to work, and she knows that you used to feed her before going to work.
Yeah.
So, she can't understand the reason why you're still in bed and you haven't fed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want?
But have you got that alarm clock from down back at the thing yet?
No. And it still goes off every morning at 6:30.
This is no word of a lie, Stuart. When me and Chris stopped.
I'm telling you, yeah. Alarm clock going off.
Can't not sit down back and I've not retrieved it yet. I need to have a poke behind it with my litter picker. See if I can get out of it.
And we couldn't find out where it was coming from. And I says, "Where the fuck's that noise coming from?" And we looked up, and it were on top of like a corner wall unit.
Oh yeah.
Come here, you little bastard! Waking us up at 6 in the morning. And that's when I had 2 green eyes staring at me because somebody had forgot to shut bedroom door.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. Waking you up to take you to the toilet.
Yeah.
You don't need any taking, Gary.
Oh.
Good, we want to go.
Oh dear.
It takes me all my time to get there when I've been asleep. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Once I get out of my bed with my hip, when you've been led down and sat down, that's where my hips are. It's worse when I stand back
I used to sleep on my bad hip. And I used to get comfy, going back to the hip, and I used to get comfy in that, and I used to sleep on my left side. And then sometimes I turn over, and then used to sleep on my right side, but some
when I'm in bed, I've no pain at all. It's brilliant when I'm in bed. I'm pain free.
I didn't get a lot of pain, but some nights I was in that much pain. I used to be awake till if I went to bed about say 1 o'clock, I used to be awake till about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning before I could get some sleep.
Oh, I have no problem there. When I'm in bed, when I'm driving in car, I have no pain. When I'm in car, and when I'm in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm not so bad sat here now. It's when I stand up when I've been sat down.
Yeah.
I stand up. If I've been sat down for a while, if I say I go to Sainsbury's in my car, I have to stand up at the side of my car for a bit before I can walk because it's just agony. Got to let the weight settle on the joints before I can start moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good now because there's a lad that's security guard in Sainsbury's, and when I pull up, he goes and gets me a basket, so I don't have to walk till the end of the shop to get a basket. He always brings a basket to the door for me.
There you go, mate.
No.
Because for some damn your baskets used to be right outside the door. For some reason, they've moved them to where tills are at the other side. So every time I'm walking when I'm going in, he always brings me a basket.
Oh, bless him.
When I was working at Brent Cross with a fair, and we used to go over to Tesco's, and I used to go with some friends of mine, they always just used to say, "Why don't you get in the mobility scooter, 20?" I said, "No, I'm not getting in that. That would be fucking embarrassing."
Well, I when I do go shopping with Chris, I always get one of them. I could walk round.
No, I've not used it yet, Tommy, because I'm going to redo this desk that's in this corner. That chair's still behind me. You can see it. This desk isn't right for it, so I'm going to have to alter this desk or get rid of it or something.
Yeah, he's got to do some jiggling about.
A little bit of jiggling. Johnny's actually sat on that chair more than I have. Johnny was sat on it for half an hour today, this morning. But it is dead comfy, but it's just because it's so big, it doesn't go under my desk right, so I need to alter this desk.
Cheeky kid.
Oh, well, it was too low. It was a bit too low without the booster seats. That's why I've got a booster bottom seat and a booster back seat as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't watch telly in here. I always watch my projector in bedroom.
I have to have a booster seat when I'm sat in that recliner, when I'm baking on a Tuesday.
I've noticed that because you're more high up, aren't you?
It's actually a cushion that Richard gave us when he gave Chris that computer chair.
Yeah.
Chris couldn't do with it so high up. So I use it now every time I do baking. When I sit in that recliner and I have a booster seat.
That's it, because you're more relaxed, isn't it?
Yeah.
And chairs are comfy. I can get in sitting chairs comfy. It's getting up out of the bastards. It's hard. If they're low down, like I can't settee. If I sit on this settee here, it's like flipping trying to watch the still get up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like me where I'm sitting now. I'm on a sofa. I have to push me table right back, and then I'm going like.
Oh yeah, like shaving, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to get my momentum going to actually get out on it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like it when I get in and out of bed of a morning. I get one leg in and then I'm going.
All leg out. Try to get all leg out.
And get me second leg in.
I used to stop at my mum's house after Dad died, yeah.
All right, then, let's go now.
Oh, get out here, come on. Oh, what's wrong with you?
I've got an itch on my foot.
Oh.
Are you all right? Well, that's what, yeah. I can't get out of bed. I'm really stuck. I've had to go to the bedroom, pick it up. Where are you going? I went to the toilet. I said, "Fart." I went, "No, you're going for a good old shit, aren't you?" He goes, "Yeah, I am." I'm gone, Bob.
People don't understand it when you've got aches and pains like we do.
Oh, no.
That it needs momentum. And you need to get how can I put it? You know how Richard says he has to have a minute to sort of basically, in essence, to steady his soul.
Another thing that bothers me when I'm walking about is tripping over stuff. You know what I mean?
That is exactly why I do not go out, Richard. That is
I'm
one of
paranoid
the
about tripping or something, because if I trip or something, there's no to get hold of, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even though I bought that wheeled thing, I'm still scared of falling over because my knees can give way at any time without notice, without anything.
Boom goes, doesn't it?
It's unbelievable. I can't imagine it's not that long since I was climbing in and out of wagons and up 4 steps and shit like that and jumping up back of wagons.
Yeah.
God, I can't imagine doing that now.
Exactly.
That's it. And when you look back on the things that you used to be able to do.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably what bugging me up, jumping off back of wagons.
Yeah.
You know, back of a wagon, it's like 4.5, 5 foot tall, and you jump off it.
Yeah.
That's probably not
I'm only thinking to myself the other day when we lived in Yarmouth, where we lived, the nursery sent like miles away, and I used to have to do that 4 times every day, there twice and back twice. You know what I mean? And that were before, and I'm thinking, well, how the fuck did I do that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And this were before. I couldn't walk it to Endra Street now. You know what I mean?
I went to local stop tonight. Only 25 minutes that road. Took me fucking half an hour.
Jeanette.
Just get stop. 45 minutes for that shop. Captain goes, "Where you been?" I went, "Walking." Well, you were fucking out. You were slow twat. I went, "Slow." I said, "My legs don't work right, do they?"
Jeanette, whereabouts did you live in Yarmouth?
Oh, well, we've lived all over the place. We started off in, what was that name of that village? Oh,
Galston?
No. Baby. What would name it village that we first lived in Yarmouth?
What?
When we first moved to Yarmouth, what would name of that village? No, that were last. We ended up last place we lived with Caister.
Yeah. Okay.
And then my mum sorted. No.
Or a castle?
No.
Chateau?
No, that one.
Martham?
Martham, that's it. That's where we moved to when when we first moved to Great Yarmouth. We lived in a place called Martham. Then we went from there to Borough Castle. Then from there we went to Belton, and then from there we went to Caister.
Caister, yeah.
But that was last place we lived in before we came back to Nottinghamshire, because my mum were in ill health, you see. My stepdad had passed away, so she ran her own, and she weren't very well herself. Yeah. So we were looking at it this way: if my mum were to take ill, it'd take us 4.5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So we moved back that way, you see.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't want to because we loved it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, this is the thing when your mum's in ill health, and you know.
That's it, yeah. That's it.
So
bloody old, Jeanette. I was going to mum's house, yeah. That's what straight to me. Stuart.
When my mum took ill, my
dead
sister
outside. What do you mean dead outside? He was dead outside. He went, "What are you doing outside?" He went, "He's looking, wouldn't he? He can't come in because he's been disrespectful to God." Oh my God! And this was used to go all the time, but
disrespect to God.
Yeah, no, she was Alzheimer's, didn't she? She's got like dementia shit, and she's like, and that's why sometimes, you know, I never used to go over sometimes, because I go over, it used to really hurt me. You know what I'm saying like that?
I mean, we're only on about it. What did you want to say, Anthony?
I can't remember now. Something about me mum. Yeah. Yeah, we're
on about last night about it being painful on Mother's Day. That is the one time when it gets me.
Horrible.
It gets me at Christmas, because it's her anniversary at Christmas time. Because
birthdays.
She passed away the 21st of December.
Oh.
But you see, anniversary of my mum's death's coming up. My stepdad died on 10th of April 2010.
Yeah.
And then my mum died on the 11th of April 2017.
Flipping hell.
So it's coming up to both their anniversaries very soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it especially Mother's Day, that's when it gets me.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris ain't got his mum anymore, and it really got to both of us.
What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to ring up Skype. Yeah, I'll give it now, yeah, but I'm going to ring Skype tomorrow. I can have 2 people on my Netflix for it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to know his business, if you know what I mean. But yeah.
No.
It's a very hard time.
Yes, I know. I do. Listen, my mum was my best friend. I do miss her, and that I do miss my mum. I done a lot for my mum when I was at home, and so did my little sister. Me and my little sister done more for our mum than what Tim done, and my eldest sister and my eldest brother.
But I mean, I always say to anybody, my mum were a right pain in the arse.
Oh, my mum was.
But it don't stop you from loving them and missing them.
Exactly. It's like when Tim come down from Scotland to come and see me mum in the hospital. He walked because she was given in a private room, and we could go in at any time of the day. We could go in at 8 o'clock in the morning because she was in the side room. We could go in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and that. Yeah. And this particular day, he's come down with his youngest son, Ross, and as soon as Tim's walked into the room, you see the colour drain from his cheeks. I see the colour drain from his cheeks because he didn't believe how bad she was.
But this is the thing, and I was saying last night, the lasting memory I've got of my mum on Mother's Day were visiting her in the hospital, and because she's in hospital, she says, "Oh, I need some new nighties and some new pajamas." So for Mother's Day, that's where I bought her.
Yeah.
But I can remember Mother's Day going to visit her, and not long after that, she passed away. So that was my lasting memory of my mother on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Is visiting in hospital.
Yeah, it's a hard time, Gary.
So that sort of doubly.
My memory of my mum, and I'll tell you this: I went in the 21st of December, 2011. I'd been in there from 9 o'clock that morning because she was put into a Sue Ryder place at Thorpe Hall in Peterborough, and she was put into there. Yeah, my lasting memory of my mum, I leant over her to say goodbye, and she hadn't moved all day. She hadn't opened her mouth or nothing. But as I'm leaning back over to go to leave, she's opened her mouth. She hadn't moved all day. She'd opened her mouth, and then I should have took that as a sign, and then I should have given her a cuddle. But
this is the thing as well, Anthony. My mum was in a nursing home. Now, a nursing home is different from a care home. They had got a force specialising in nurse care, qualified nurses in cancer care and what they call end of life care.
Yeah.
And,
back in 2 steps.
The last 4 days, I spent 4 days, day and night, with my mum. And me and my sister took it in shifts because they gave us a room, to have a wash and have a shower and all this, that, and other.
Yeah.
And basically, I'd go to bed for 2 hours, then I'd get up and my sister would go to bed for 2 hours. So there was somebody with her all the time. And we were 4 days like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hard time is Mother's Day.
I know.
We're being a bit maudlin here, so we'll change the
change the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Richard's mum's how old is she now? 89.
89, yeah, she's 90 next time.
You know.
But But yeah, I says to Richard the other night, I says, did you buy your mum something for Mother's Day? He says, yeah, I bought her some chocolates, but she won't know it was Mother's Day.
I should have forgot that.
Yeah.
She's sort of getting to that stage now, isn't she, Richard, where she's, you know, going a bit, what he calls a bit doolally.
Compost it.
Yeah, she always says, how's your feet today? I said, they're all right. All right. I said, wow, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with my feet. She says, well, what is it you need? No, my hip.
She knew she got it right eventually.
Says that every day to me, she gets it wrong.
Yeah, your feet.
I was ringing me up at 4 in the morning to tell me she's got doing some washing.
She was going to rank washing out.
She said, I wonder why it was dark. I said, because it's 4 a.m. I said, not 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's not the
Bless
same
her.
for me with my...
I'll tell you something, Anthony. She's got one of these. Can you remember these, like, wooden racks that you used to have in kitchen and you'd put your washing on?
Yeah.
She's still got one of them.
She won't part with that, no way.
Not part with it.
And it's the original one from flipping 1950 something. It's not a modern one. It's a flipping big. It's like flipping 12 foot long.
They do them still on Amazon, but not like the big ones.
It's got cast iron decorative things at end with the latch shoved through, you know.
Yeah.
And
will not part with that.
You chuck your clothes over it.
Yeah,
and
then pull it back to the ceiling.
Pull it up so you know.
I always have to pull it up for her. She can't pull it up. She can let it down, but she can't pull it back up.
But it's amazing how they're stuck in the ways into
I
mean.
Yeah.
It took us years to get rid of a twin tub and get a normal automatic washing machine. She was using a twin tub up until 5 years ago.
Twin tub. I remember the old twin tub.
Loved it. She says, I can tell when it's finished when the twin tub's rattled that kitchen to do. I know it's done. Used to set off and
I always remember. I mean, my mum had one, and she always used to wash on a Friday, and there'd be stacks and stacks and stacks of dirty clothes, and she sort them all out into different colours, whites, blacks. You know, my dad's dirty work clothes. You know what I mean? And it used to take her forever to get the whole load washed.
Yeah.
I remember my mum, bless her, she used to get the old tin bath on the cooker.
With scrubber, the little scrub thing like that, all metal.
Honestly, this is how old I am, Anthony. I can remember my mum pouring the tin bath empty in front of her open fire to warm the tin bath up, and then she'd put boil water in it, and I'd be one end and my sister a bit other, and that were every Sunday night.
My brother used to tin bath in making a coal fire.
No, my mum used to put the tin bath on the cooker, fill it up with water, boil it, put her whites in it, and boil her whites that way.
Yeah.
My grandma used to have what you used to call a punch.
Yeah.
And it were a bit like a plunger, but towards bottom, you know, if you wanted to agitate it, kind of thing, it's got these wooden pegs sticking out.
Yeah.
Near bottom of pond. And she used, honest to God, we used to think it were dip going out because she got a ringer,
a mangle
outside, and we used to think it were dip because we'd be winding thing as she'd be putting close through.
Oh my God, bloody hell!
And yeah, I mean, some of the things she didn't have a fridge. She'd have like a mesh cage with like marble in bottom to keep things cool.
Yeah.
And even sort of, you know, my grandma was same as Richard's mum. Even a twin tub she wouldn't have. She'd punch them in a bucket, rinse them out in sink and rinse them and everything, out into yard to Prum Fruit Mangle, and that were it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you know something? These people played on the board, do
they? And on me granddad's shirts, or anybody's shirts, starch. She used to use starch religiously. Not me. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end it here, guys.
Yeah.
Are you going live tomorrow, Richard?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got that much grief last week, you ended up going live anyway.
Oh, it was fucking easy to go live,
yeah.
Yeah. Was wine brewing on QT, Bria? Yeah. You could hear bubbling, and she could never figure out what it were, and it were an Nan brewing. Anyway, I'm going to get going, guys, and I shall see you tomorrow on Richard.
See you all tomorrow. Don't be square, be there.
Yeah, don't be square, be there.
Correct. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
19 years making hooch.
I see him always just staring at me. Daddy's there, go.